Okay, so we broke. We're overall extremely bullish on gold and on gold and on silver. I'm trying to find some sort of a retracement that I could possibly find my way into. We have this previous New York session, little 2 hour sell side retracement. And then we have this push up against in London session last night. We just strictly pushed down, which is a good sign, very good sign because, and we're also creating SMT. We have an hourly imbalance, another hourly imbalance. We have this tiny little 4 hour imbalance that if we zoom in, I'm not even sure is just delete from here to here. That's a 4 hour imbalance right there. And as well from this swing low to this swing high, we have our Fibonacci retracement. Which I don't know, and I don't think that gold nor silver wants to push all the way down into this area. And that's why I was trying to find retracements on the 1 hour, simply because I don't think we're going to retrace all the way down until there, into there. However, we do have this 4 hour imbalance in price as well as this hourly imbalance. We have this 4 hour imbalance. Okay, what the just gonna leave that. We have this 4 hour imbalance. Oh, there we go, we can see it. And then we have this 1 hour fair value gap, which is pretty much the same thing. I can name this as 4 hour fair value gap if I wanted to, but for the lack of this, I'm choosing not to. So we had some crazy movements going. Um, we had some crazy movements on GJ and EJ. So originally we had marked out. We had all of this low resistance liquidity right here, correct? We had a retracement into this Fibonacci retracement, this Fibonacci extension. We retraced into that, price dumped, swept out all this liquidity, was moving back up. So I set these two draws in liquidity right here, this blue one and this blue one, as well as this 4 hour Fibonacci extension. Last night price open, immediately just teleported. We left this huge gap of this in. We pretty much just skipped over this entire section I was hoping we hit, because this is a very high confluence area to then push price down again. But yeah, that didn't happen for us on EJ nor on GJ. It kind of just came, we went ahead and just teleported. We literally just teleported. That's it. I was hoping price went up, consolidated in this range, New York market open today, and then we could come up, hit this area, and then continue on down. But price literally just teleported, bro. Above everything. Above everything. This is kind of crazy, to be honest. From 1 hour to the next, bro. Just done. Done. Look at that. What even is that, bro? 1 minute to the next, done. So with that being said, don't really know how to trade EJ and GJ now. we're gonna go ahead and delete all of this. Delete all of this. We're gonna do the same thing. Oh shoot. We're gonna do the same thing here. Um, First of all, before we set these charts up, let's see here what New York is doing. Okay, so New York, we're opening, we're retracing back into the center, which I'm liking a lot. I'm liking that a lot. We do have to clean up this chart just a tiny bit though, because there's way too much stuff going on. We'll come back and we'll fix this in 1 second. Um, yeah, the problem with this is that this is a bullish Fibonacci extension, but these would still be considered levels. And I still think I'm gonna be overall bearish. But let's fix these charts real quick. We have the daily here. Let's see. So price went above pretty much every draw on liquidity. Yeah, literally price went above every draw on liquidity with this little bullshit that just happened right there. So I mean, there's really no high time frame draws or nothing. Most we can do is just see how we react off these levels. Can maybe hit a long position. Sweep these out, continue up. Wouldn't mind that. Um, New York is gold is reacting very bullish. Silver is very bullish. And versus for value gap, I'd be willing to enter a little bit of a thing. We worked crazy into this. Would like to see a closure above this still though. Silver open, we swept out previous session lows as well as retraced into this 1 hour Fibonacci. We're waiting for this inverse fair value gap. And we could potentially enter longs up to these two levels up there. Although I would like to see a retracement into those high time frame imbalances. All right, now let's like I said, GJ and EJ, we're kind of just here waiting and just watching to see what happens, but based off of this huge gap, that got left, not entirely completely sure what we want to happen here. Perhaps maybe a retracement into this area. That would be my best bet. Um, for sure be my best bet. We had this fair value gap right here. Price came up, stood into it. We also have this 15-minute fair value gap, which I'm pretty sure is yet to be hit. On GJ, yep, we have another fair value gap. 15-minute. These 15-minute fair value gaps right here. That price is leaving on EU and GU. Let's see what our overall bias is, right? So we came, we reacted off of this Fibonacci extension. Price came up, consolidated for multiple days. All last week was consolidation. Literally, this entire period, bro, was all last week. That was all last week's price action. But we consolidated in that Fibonacci retracement area. So, New York market open, we dumped. We can go ahead and get rid of this bullish. Oh, no, we could hit up too because we are creating. I don't know. We're not creating any sort of SMT. Maybe somewhere in the charts, but currently not really. We have this huge imbalance in price right here. Yeah, so I guess now really we just wait. Um, like I said, I uh today I'm gonna be trading with my friend's money, flipping his money, and then that's strictly what I'm gonna be focusing on probably this week. And yeah. Okay, so overall news for this week, we have kind of some crazy news coming out this week. So this is what we have for this week, right? We have today is Monday, October 6th. We have at 1 p.m. ECB President Lagarde speaks. However you say that nigga's name. Lagarde Lagarde speaks. 30 minutes later, we have BOE Government Bailey speaks. Andrew, this guy looks like a skunk, bro. British central banker. No effects, Bailey. You look like a skunk, gang. So this will affect all GBP pairs. Um, mostly GBP pairs. He's a British central banker. So all European pairs will be affected, which are one, two, four of my charts. So what is tapping into this imbalance? 5 minute imbalance. Hopefully we can get a break below this if we do continue to go down. Um Again, we are tapping into this imbalance. If you're gonna break, I don't mind because we tapped into this in silver we have high confluences of ticking along. What we don't have, however, is money to tick along. We only have money to for a 0.01 position, which is 50% of our margin. So we have to be very, very, very careful here. Mm, So that's what we have for today. Pretty much just Bailey speaking and ECB President Largate speaking. ECB President Largate. Okay, so this lady's pretty much like our version of Powell. So she's gonna go brazy on that beat today at one. She's gonna go brazy on it. Both of these boys are gonna go brazy on it. Tuesday we have that's kind of nasty, bro. We have literally 2 a.m. We have all of this news, bro. But this is pretty much where it matters because we don't trade London session. We trade New York market open. So from 8 to 12, what do we have? 8:30, we have trade balance. 10, we have FOMC member Bostic, FOMC member Bowman. Both of them were speaking. Tentative. I don't know what that is, bro. More FOMC members speaking at 12. We have more Largade, President Nagel, German Bubba, President Nagel speaks. More FOMC meetings, and then later tonight or later tomorrow night, BOJ government Ueda speaks from Japan or somewhere in the JPY region. It's gonna affect the JPY. Wednesday. So overall, Monday today, I feel like it's gonna be a lot of consolidation until this range, perhaps, and we'll get some good movement. Tuesday, either normal price action or a lot of consolidation. We'll see. Wednesday, we have we're getting a lot of like low resistance news. Pretty much just F FPC, FOMC, um, pretty much the ones that matter are FOMC, these two FOMC speakers, crude oil inventories, construction spending, and again, Lagarde speaks. Why does Lagarde speak so many days, bro? What's happening? I want to watch this speech live. Christine Lagarde. I think I'm gonna watch these events live, bro. Simply so they might play it on. I don't know. I'll search it up when the time comes. Um, so Wednesday, our high impact news would be at 2 p.m. FOMC meeting minutes. Before 2 p.m. we're pretty much just low impact news, just a whole bunch of low impact news, FOMCs, crude inventories, which might move. Thursday is a very, very important news day, however. Thursday we have all of these, right? 7:30 ECB monetary policy meeting accounts, tentative unemployment claims, and 8:30 on Thursday we have unemployment claims and Fed Chair Powell speaks around the same time. So that's going to move price insanely. And I believe that we're going to send What is a Fed decision, bro? I'm trying to learn how to use this to actually. 0.25%. So BPS, one BPS is 0.01. So 25 BPS is 0.25. So people, how much do people think it's gonna go down? They think it's gonna go down 0.25 of all times on these cuts that are coming out. So if we see on the charts here, what does that mean? Um, we're expecting to see some sort of drawdown. This is the 0.25 mark, but I don't know. That doesn't look correct to me. Mm. So yeah, Fed Chair Powell, he's gonna go crazy on the beat. Unemployment claims is gonna go crazy on the beat. I believe that Fed Chair Powell and all these unemployment claims will have a bearish effect on the market, especially considering the government shutdown and considering everything that's going on in October. I believe that when Powell speaks, he's gonna crash the market a little bit. So we're for sure gambling shorts on that. No, I'm just kidding. 50-50 kidding. We'll see. But preferably not. But we need the money, so preferably perhaps. We're just gonna leave it at silver is taking forever to break past this point, just making me wonder if we will, or we're just gonna shoot down, or we're just gonna consolidate. Hmm. Well, EJ and GJ, we are tapping back into this 15-minute imbalance, which I do like to see. I do like to see a lot. We could potentially hit a let's see what price kind of does here, to be honest. See how much of a reaction we cause based off of this imbalance. This huge candlestick down, which we absolutely tapped into. Mhm. So pretty much, I want to see price come up into this area. GU, GU, I'm not sure at all. We're kind of just gonna lay this out and wait here. Like I said, literally all consolidation last week. Let's see if this week's any similar or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Okay, so we're already creating a 4 hour um bearish SMT. What I would like to see next from price is on futures at least. What I would like to see from price is come up and sweep previous session, potentially New York session, and then look for short entries. We're overall bearish on ES and NQ. I don't know if we're gonna trade Forex today. We'll continue to keep looking at what price has for us, but so far nothing. So, yep. Fortune's kind of been doing garbage the past month. So yeah. I'm looking to see a very nicely executed bullish play. I hate that this is literally 10 minutes behind, bro. Exactly. Same points, so I could be able to tell. I just need price to come above this come above. Dang, it's kind of huge, bro. I don't know if we can all the way up there, to be honest. Okay, so I'm gonna mark these out on NQ as well. Pretty much at the tip of this. But to be honest, I believe and I think that price is going to consolidate on NQ around this area, and we're not going to sweep out London session. I believe ES is going to come and sweep this out, while Nasdaq is going to stay under London session. Under London session, just because we're kind of at this point, we had this huge push up on Nasdaq, then we came down almost even into this equilibrium, exactly on this equilibrium. I don't know if you guys can see that 0.5 line that I have yet to fix on this chart, which we can fix real quick. Um, that'll work. See that 0.5 line in the middle? That's equilibrium from this push up. And we're currently this quadrant. So there's a very high potential for a continuation, or based off of this little push down that we have on NQ. No, I don't believe so. We're kind of just creating. So this push up on Nasdaq was this push up on ES, which we already came and swept pretty much. Well, this one stayed above it. So we do have an overall bullish point of reaction for New York market open. So for example, which do I think to wait for entry point? 15 minutes. We have um yep, no more news coming out until 1 p.m. Any sort of news today, so What's going on social media? What's MQ doing? GU and EU are the ones moving the most at the moment. Um, Now we're getting some pretty positive movements. I really just don't want to take a trade on any single one of these at all, to be honest. Um, um, not gonna lie, so we're not looking too good to take a trade today. Mm, simply not cutting it, to be honest. We have this 5 minute imbalance on gold, getting pushed by. We're hoping to see retracement back into it. And then potentially we could target previous session highs on silver. We came down into this OTE, went up and versus kind of nothing, just kind of just broke 5 minute structure. And inverse is fair value gap around here and there. Oh. Could potentially enter a long position into here. But it's whatever. Truly, I'm not fond of this price action at all. Um, Gotta be very, very, very patient, very disciplined. Um, Pretty much we gotta just chill here. The only trade I could have possibly seen us taking was the silver one that I told you guys about. Legitimately, the only trade I could have seen us taken. Other than that, price ain't moving, bro. It's just not moving. It hasn't moved since last 2 weeks ago, bro. That's the last time I've actually been excited to get on the fucking charts and see price move. Other than that, we just shit the bed. We get morning wood, bro. We get morning wood. We this is my new terminology. We're gonna call this morning wood. Okay. New York opens. No retracement, no sweep, no nothing, just straight brick to the top, bro. Absolutely brick to the top. That's what we are. We're brick. Bricked to the top. Literally like a morning wood. We just wake up and straight up. Wake up straight up. Just like a morning wood. Wake up straight up. So how are we gonna trade morning wood? Well, see, we're not because we can't. Falls completely against the trading plan, the trading strat, everything, etc., etc. I do, however, hope we continue to hit both of these so I can at least make $1. You know what I'm saying? If you make $1, it ain't gonna hurt. For sure, it's not gonna hurt. On EJ and GJ, we are staying in this range, forming this kind of pattern. Really want to see some moves on down here, but will we get them? Not completely sure, to be honest. At least not today. And I truly hope that price moves beyond this section today. Like, if all week on GJ and EJ at least, for just trading in this section, bro, it's not even gonna be worth it. It's just not. I'm just that's just gay as shit, bro. Oh gosh. Now that is some crazy price action, bro. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I surely hope I did not trade on this day. What day was that? October 1st? I don't think I did, but at least not GJ. That is gay as shit. Um, Pretty much where we're holding at with these positions. We got a morning wood. We have pretty much another like let's call it a morning chode. That's what EU's doing. Just a morning chode, just a slight little something. EJ, we're getting some decent sized candlesticks again. I really just want to see if we break this imbalance and we hit this level. If we can create a huge wick off these off this area right here, if we can wick into this area, then I would that would make me a very happy man. On GJ, however, does seem like we're gonna go up and hit this. London session closed at 8:20. Mm, and New York market opened at 8:25, came down. We broke 5 minute structure. However, we had this imbalance. We could have potentially also hit this 1-to-1 to the top of this imbalance. But again, I'm really not interested in positions like that because that would be scalp trading. And I am not a scalp trader, and I'm trying my hardest to stay away from scalp trading because of the fact that it's just retarded, bro. Like shit like this, I shouldn't even be doing. But but in this case, it's completely fine because we're risking $1 and a $50 account. Although I do hope we just continue to shoot down so we can make like $5 off this trade. That would be pretty sick, bro. But if we go back to these charts, where's the next point? You know what I mean? After these 2 points, we have a third one. Let's see where this third one we can lie at. It's at the bottom of this. So this third one would be way down here. That would be New York session. We're up to $2 right now. So slowly but surely, I feel like for sure we're hitting that sometime soon, I hope. Got hella shorties on my I got hella shorties on my sheet. Okay, well, price came down and we swept these, so it's time to get out of this position. We made $1.90, ladies and gentlemen. Let's fucking go. Let's go. We so rich. We so rich. Hold on, bro. I gotta open all these snaps. Dang, bro, this girl asked what I looked like a week ago. She's got a bad. She got a bad too. You're welcome, babes. That's all I gotta say. Dang, bro. Dang, shorty. Whoa. Wow. That's kind of crazy, bro. Okay, hella shorties on the snap. Oh, wow, she's so bad. Dang, she's bad too. Guys, I have a heart attack here. That's pretty dope. Okay, so I need to do this. Oh my gosh, bad too. Oh my gosh, Lord have mercy on my soul. Lord have mercy. Continue to shit the bed, so that's pretty dope, bro. That is not what we hitting for. Twizzy. That is not what we hitting for, Twizzy. Hey, you are super cute. Appreciate it, shorty. What she look like though? She kind of bad. She pretty. I need to hurry up and get done with this shit, nigga. Okay, no cap, bro. I think I've opened up like a total of 400 snaps. I don't know how you people do this shit every day. Like, there's so I'm probably just gonna cut out most of this. I need to cut out most of this video actually because we're not. This isn't ideal price action. We're not really doing nothing. Um, so this is kind of the situation we're in currently. Before I continue working on my other stuff, I'll just rant on to you guys for a second here. The situation we're currently in is a very, very hectic one. So, for example, we can't, I can't, right? I I'm a full-time day trader, correct? And not by choice per se, but kind of forced and kind of by choice. Kind of forced because I wanted to pick when I would become a full-time day trader, and then I wanted to pick when I would become a full-time day trader, but the job I was working at, I got fired from. So at the time that I got fired from, I had bought literally that same Monday, I had bought the funded account, and then around Wednesday, they had fired me. So I started working on the funded while I was working. And that's fine because while I would work every single day, that's when I would trade anyways. And it's a lot easier to trade from home. Hence why I was quickly able, like, I'm not quickly, it did take 16 days, but like, I was able to turn it right. Like, could have continued being profitable if, like I said, if I was disciplined enough to follow the plan. So, what's the problem? That, so I didn't choose to be a full-time day trader, but regardless, and like what, as soon as I did pass the funded account, I was going to stop working. So I would have stopped working this week, actually, last week or this week around there, would have had like more money saved up, everything would have been fire, but fortunately that's not the case. Got fired from my old job, worked on trading, passive funded account, um, then lost it the third day in. With that being said, and I'm not at all, I'm not like justifying anything or anyone, bro. Like, first of all, I'm the retard here. How am I gonna get fired from my job, right? That's the first problem. The second problem is how am I going to gamble my only source of income because I was greedy. Last week I would have easily made 600, would have ended the week with 600 profit, but I didn't. So the position that I currently in right now is zero, zero source of income because I have no funded account. I'm trading my friend's money so I can flip it to then be able to buy a funded account because I got it's October. I have the whole month of October worth of rent and bills to pay by the end of the month with $400 to my name currently. So I can't really spend another 200 on a funded because then I'll have no bread. So that's kind of where I lie in the situation, right? I have no source of capital, no trading funds, $50 worth of trading funds, and phone into my name, which is about 600 to paying bills. So I'm gonna go out and get a job, right? I'm gonna go out and work, bro, and then that's pretty much all I'm thinking about. There's like three options I could take here. Either buy the fund, risk it, have 200 left in my name, and then look for a part-time job while I'm still trading this live account, or don't buy the funded account. Keep those 400. Keep keep on trading this live account. Keep on just strictly trading this live account. Then find another job. So trade this live account, find another job, stack up, and then buy another funded soon. Or third, find a full-time job and stop day trading for a little bit. I don't really know what to do here. I think the second one's gonna be my choice. I'm gonna continue trading this live account and making money from somewhere else for now for a couple days, weeks. Who knows, bro? Who knows? Who knows? Like, really, guys? And or like, be smart. be smart, bro. Be smart. And like that's the hardest part for me. I have to learn by myself. Like I can't somebody telling me, bro, like somebody telling me, like telling me what's gonna happen if I don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. I'll be like, okay, yeah, sure. I'll take their advice. But am I gonna listen to it? No. I'm gonna go ahead and try it anyways, and then yep, to learn by myself, bro. See the biggest problem with all that, right, is the annoyance of actually losing. Like trained and trained and trained and trained and trained and trained weeks, bro. Days after days, I worked and I trained and I traded and I studied and I worked and I trained and I worked and I studied and I traded every single day for months and months and months and months and months and weeks, right? Days, bro. Days of backtesting strategies, backtesting confluences, order blocks, backtesting fair value gaps, backtesting macro session opens, backtesting kill zones, which is the same thing, backtesting liquidity at the beginning, all this, bro, backtesting SMT divergences, backtesting Fibonacci extensions, backtesting um reaction off of session highs and lows, levels, the different levels on Forex, on futures, on this, on this, on that, to then build up and become profitable on demo, to then actually start trading live, to then losing all my money simply because of one gambling trade I could have just completely ignored, bro. Completely just ignored. I could have just completely ignored it. Completely. Like I could have just not traded Friday. And this is what makes me so mad. Nobody has to trade every day, bro. Especially in a situation like this. Hopefully nobody's in my situation. Hopefully nobody's trading because they got no bread and because they need to, right? Nobody should ever be in that fucking situation, bro. Should be trading out of a side hustle to begin with and then build up your skill to then just become a full-time trader. That's it. That's it. You should always have a source of consistent income while you're trading. Because psychology is like the biggest, bro. Like 90, 80% is pure psychology, bro. Like, how the fuck am I gonna be up 600 on the week and just gamble because I want more money and then lose it all? Like, realistically, never do that in your life. Follow your plan, bro. Just strictly follow it, okay? Follow it, bro. There's no A plus setups, at least 3 to 5 confluences on the dedicated amount of time you're trading. Just quit trading, bro. Just quit. Just quit. Like, you gotta trade every day. Like, mostly talking to myself, bro, but the shit's just so annoying every time I think about it. Because now, not only was I trading pinned against the wall because of that, because of no income, blah, 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 I was confident, way too overconfident, and then lost it all. So it's like, why was I even overconfident in the first place, bro? And this is a sad reality of it, bro. Like, nobody cares. Nobody watching gives a fuck. Nobody, like, nobody around me, bro. Like, friends, family don't even believe in this shit. Like, friends don't care. They don't, all my friends, bro, they just don't even fathom ever in their lifetime owning the car of their dreams or fathom being financially free. Nobody thinks about that. I mean, around the people that I'm hanging around, bro, like my friends, people that I know, it's very, very little people with ambition, and those people who do have the ambition doesn't have the worth ethic. They don't have the worth ethic because trust me, it took a long time for me to learn this, bro. And once I finally learned it, it took a big fat L right in the face. Big fat L. Big fat L, bro. I kind of, and the thing is that it's nobody else's fault except mine. So I kind of just literally went like this. I saw the L just sitting right there, right? And I was like, oh, look pretty good right there. Taped it on, bro. And this is how I look at myself when this is what I see when I look in the mirror every day. Big fat L. This thing, guys, is a thing, bro. It could have very easily been avoided, but it wasn't. It happened. And I lost, and now I'm against the wall completely. I'm completely pinned against the wall. Once again, with L's, with nothing but L's in my bag, right? But listen, this is where the mentality is the most important, bro. Because listen. And it's kind of sucks because I'm literally kind of depressed. Like I'm literally just, I don't, like not even depressed, bro. Because I'm not, realistically, I'm not sad about anything or nothing like in a depressive state. What I am is just tired. Like I'm just tired, bro. I'm tired of fucking trying. No results, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, bro. This is where the mentality comes in. Because like I've said in other videos, I think, or I said this to somebody. Um, you can try every single day as hard as you can for 9 months, 10 months, a year, a week, 2 years, 3 years, and never make it. But when you give up, bro, let's say you're 3 years into trading, you don't make a single dollar, right? If you quit at the 3 year mark, you're like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this forever, right? Well, then you're never gonna make it at all, ever, zero. The point I'm trying to make with that is that mentality is the most strongest, bro, because mentality is the most important and the strongest feature you can have. Because out of all these losses, bro, all this L, all this shit that I've done, all this money that I owe, all this time I've been pinned against the wall, all this time I've literally been just, it literally feels like anchored, bro, because just so much shit that's happened. I'm not complaining like a bitch or nothing. It's literally just the honest thing. And me being a fucking idiot sometimes, bro, complete idiot. Lack of discipline, lack of consistency and responsibility, blah, 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 for many, many weeks. And the thing is that I think like that about myself, even after the amount of work that I've put out. Because not only I started doing the clothing brand like a year, 2 years ago, bro, built that whole thing up, started trading, built that whole thing up. Both times, both both business models, both trading and the clothing brand, both had to take time to make notes from A to Z on everything I would need, why I would need it, how I would need to do it, I would need to go about it, shit that I would need to do every single day for weeks on weeks on weeks to get it done, etc., etc., etc. So both business models, I just completely grinded to learn, completely grinded to learn, completely grinded to learn, bro. And the thing about it is that, like I said, you can grind every day of the year, bro. There's things that need to happen, you know, like things that might happen, things that might not happen. Um, however, though, I say mentality is the strongest thing in worth ethic, bro, because listen, even though I'm completely against the wall, right? I still have, I'm still very grateful because my problems are minorities, bro, compared to other people's, right? I'm not complaining at all. What I'm saying is that I'm in a position where I didn't intend or want to be in, because of a bad choice, which I'm getting tired of consistently being in, right? That's my whole point. So, what am I doing to change that? Because I know I will change that because I know that I will be profitable, not profitable, but I will be extremely successful in this in trading. I just know it because I know my game plan, I know what I'm gonna do, et cetera, et cetera. And wow, yes, finally some getting some moves potentially. Magnetic stretch. I don't know, this is weird. Might just continue to go down, but anyways, what I was saying is, how am I gonna change that? By following my trading plan every single day, right? Every single day. Um, and I know I can be successful in this because I've proved it to myself time and time again that I know exactly what price wants to do. I know exactly what days consolidates, what days this, what days that, because I've been looking at a chart every single day for the past like 10, 11 months, almost closing a year now. So, therefore, actually, 10 months exactly. 'Cause I started this year, so it's 10 months exactly. It's not even that much. 9 to 10 months is not that much. But the thing here, right, is that I need to learn, I need to focus, I need to get disciplined again. And by that, I mean I need to set a schedule every day, accomplish my schedule every single day. Um, I need to trade correctly every single day. I need to work correctly and efficiently every single day. Um, I need to work on stuff that I have to do, and then I have to build up from there. So, for example, first things first, I need to figure this trading or figure out my source of income. Um, so then I can first things first is find a source of income that's not trading. That's my first plan because it's better to just not have stress at all when you're trading. And that type of stress is just sucks, bro. Just sucks. Just sucks. It just makes me want to die. Um, second thing, second, I need to first find a job, right? Second, I need to actually trade efficiently every single day, learn how to trade. See if we tap into this. Potentially go for it and for another short here. It's just super weird, bro. Super weird, super gay. Wow. But just don't mess with it. Only trades I could have taken were on gold and on silver today. And the entries weren't even that great. So, I'm gonna do a little trade recap here in a second. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need to just focus, work. think I'm gonna get everything done today that I need to get done. Um, I'm gonna learn all about the taxes to get that out the way. Um, get those notes out the way just to have them, bro. I'm probably not even gonna need them. Then I'm gonna find a job or call my boss back because she told me to call her. So this is the problem that well, there's really only one place to go always, and it's up. Because if you're constantly just looking down, bro, like where are you gonna go, right? So mistakes, let's just end this whole time period in retardationness and extreme annoyance and all this bullshit that couldn't be avoided. Just end it like this, bro. Mistakes were made, right? What were the mistakes? Not trading correctly, being undisciplined, being not consistent with your trading plan or your responsibility. How can we fix that? By being disciplined, waking up at 7 every single day, do what I need to do, get on to trade when I need to trade, how I need to trade every single day. Um, get a job to have multiple sources of income, right? Another funded, then grind. Like I said, do the same thing, then lock in and work on all the other stuff, everything else. This is not that hard. We still, like I said, like I wrote down, I think it was Saturday or Friday. Um, God number one, always a lot. Okay, so lock in. Um, this is the one I think. What's system? No, I think it's system. Right, system. Okay. Trade smartly, correctly, make it count. I still have the rest of this month to make money. Well, up until I think I have to pay something next week and then something in 2 weeks. Regardless, I still have this whole entire month to make bread. I have one last shot. It's literally what I wrote on my thing. One last shot. I have one last shot at all this. I'm giving myself one last shot. I need to prove to myself that I can do it, that I want to do it. Mm, so with that being said, that was the overall trading day today. Nothing really happened. Some things happened, but there was like no entry points, bro. I guess there's a three entry points we potentially could have traded, which would have also been on GJ. Where GJ was unbearable to trade, or EJ was unbearable to trade. GU, we had a morning wood. Um, EU, we had nothing, just consolidating up. NQ and ES, we had the sweep, and now we're just consolidating. So, set this liquidity, and now we're just staying in this range. So, no trades taken on that either. Overall, pretty garbage. Not garbage, but just no price action trading day. Like I said, we have high impact news coming out at 1 p.m. today, which we are not going to be trading. I am going to be watching them though. watching what happens with Price, studying, and forevermore. Um, Price didn't do nothing today at all from 8 to 11. Just kind of slowly moved. We are done trading for today officially. I guess let's see what our P&L is for today. P&L of $1.83. So we are green on the day, boys. We are green on the day. We're green, niggas. We're green. Um, we're a big, mean trading machine off of a bean. Unfortunately, tossed up and washed like a ring. Um, overdosing on counter pills on OTCs because I don't like the way the charts see. Mm, But I gotta watch out in case you do not proceed. In that case, I shall be receding the O3. Okay. Because I don't like when they don't know me. Ooh. Yep. Overall trading day today, pretty no trades taken, literally no trades taken today. Pretty much just an overall market analysis video. Overall analysis and overall standpoint on where we are at and our trading journey slash career slash everything. I think I'm getting too ahead of myself, so I need to just chill and work efficiently. And with that being said, Monday, October 6th, 2025, officially done. First day of version 2 of Jacob TT, the trader. Jacob TT, the trader. Wanna come back, baby. Come back. We on a comeback, baby. We on a comeback, nigga. We on a comeback, nigga. Fuck is you, nigga. We on a comeback, bro. We on a comeback. With that being said, though, I'll catch everybody tomorrow. I'll catch everybody tomorrow. With that being said, that was our overall trading day today. Pretty, pretty garbage. Price action was shit. Um, pretty much market analysis day. That's all we really did. Just analyze all the markets and talk about my overall standpoint on where I am in my trading career. With that being said, though, that's it for Monday, 2025. I'm gonna go edit this video, work on some other shit, and then get the day rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out. God bless everybody and work hard.